Hello everyone, it's John David here, and I'm doing music again today. I got the old Mac of books, or the Book of Mac here, and I'm working on the drums. You guys remember when I recorded them? Well, I put some temporary for a cymbal to kind of give me a marker of what I wanted to hear, and and I'm lining up all the little tracks because they get off. And it doesn't look quite right. There we go. After a while you get the knack for like seeing where this stuff needs to be. You're like, that does not look right. And so let's see, that's good. So you just scroll along here and yep, that's what you do. That's what I'm doing today. My day off. Day off working on stuff. Oh, I'm probably covering up the mic. My bad. See that one? Ta-da! Fixed. It's that easy, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know why this pane is open. Oop, go away. So, yeah, just working on that, basically. This is the, second song that I'm working on the drums on. I have the drums for Entanglements done. They are finished. Everything about Entanglements is done, I'm pretty sure, unless I go back and listen to it again and feel like there's something else needs to be there. But the drums are definitely, like 95% positive they're finished. All that it needs is the vocals, and I've decided I'm going to scrap the lead vocals on that song and do them all over again when I do all the songs. I want a unified feel for all the vocals, so I decided that's what I'm going to do, and that might be something you guys think about. You know, have a unified feel to all that most important part to you. If you're the singer and you want a unified feel for all the vocals, then, you know, do them all at once, or do everything else and then leave that for the last, so that you can kind of really spend time on getting the emotions in your voice right and getting all those perfect little rhythms and singing exact right notes. Because what you can do is, once you have everything recorded, you can practice with it like a million times until you feel comfortable and ready to go. But that's what I would say to do. Take the most major thing. Maybe you're the lead guitarist, and so leave your lead guitar parts until the end of your recordings, and then if you need to use the dummy tracks of the vocalist, if he wants to record his in the end, and he like outranks you or something, then put in the dummy tracks and record with those vocals. But whatever you do, leave that one thing that you are passionate about to the very end, if you can, so that you can have the full song around you, and you know, do it that way. But yeah, so I also I realized that there was a way that I could use the looping. Up here, this little orangish, yellow, whatever color you want to call that, bar, that's the loop bar for GarageBand, and I figured out if I could just put that in place, then as I fix things, I can sit there and, you know, every time I want to replay what I just fixed, it'll go back to the beginning of the loop. So you can kind of get, I don't know, people already probably know this, that's the thing, but I'm kind of learning it myself, so I'm gonna catalog. I'm cataloging that I'm learning this stuff. So that's something, it's gonna really come in handy, because I won't have to sit there and click back on the track, because in GarageBand you've got your play marker, and whenever it stops, it continues to play from right there. Other recording software I've used, it has like a cursor where it stays. That cursor will stay unless you move it, and if you hit play, it will play along. It'll start at that cursor and play along, and then if you hit the spacebar again and pause it, the next time you hit play, it'll go back to the cursor. It won't like pick up where the play buttons, or where the play bar stops, you know, it'll go back to the cursor. Alright, so I know I have silly ways of explaining things. My coworker watched one of my videos, and said I sound, you know, funny and whatever on there. Yeah, that's all I could say is this is more me than I guess I am at work, and just still trying to fit in properly in that whole niche. But I definitely am trying to find my place there, and just trying to hold on to you know, what makes me me. I don't want to adapt so far that I lose what makes me the person I am, because I like who I am, and I like who I am on these videos. So that's you know, what I want to strive for is just, I don't know, uniformity in my characteristics and my personality. I don't want to just adapt to the situation and, you know, feel bad about it later. I want to be the person that people look to and say, you know, I want to kind of fit around him. I want to be the center of attention, I guess. That's bad, isn't it? Oh, man. Anyway, I'll shut up. So back to music. Yeah, I'm working on this song, and then after I get the drum track done, I will fix up all the kick and snare, and then once the kick and snare are done, I will go back and fix. Let's see. Let's get rid of the loop thing. Hang on one second. And let's go back to the beginning of the track. Okay, so one thing I will say on this one, either the metronome was not loud enough on my earphones, or I wasn't listening well enough to it, because some of my dummy track is not in perfect tempo. So that's a pain in the butt too, because I'm having to sit here and you know, these MIDI drum tracks, they're in perfect tempo. When I line them up with the little hash marks, they're ready to go. I mean, you know, they're perfectly set to that tempo, and they will always be that same tempo. So I just have to kind of like listen through it, even though I know my dummy track is off tempo, because I have to trust that after I'm done with this, I will put the bass in, I'll put the other things in, and when I record the actual guitar parts, that I will be recording them to the drums and bass. So that's the most important thing right now, is that the drums and bass are to tempo with, you know, the metronome, and with these MIDI tracks, since they're so perfectly aligned, that it'll be easier to kind of, what am I even saying? It'll be easier to record the guitar parts, because I'll have all that perfect rhythm. And oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. The drums and the bass, when they're in there, it'll be a lot easier to listen to than a metronome. So, alright, so give you an idea of here what I'm working with. See, and I've added these little derivations of that little, kind of that chick cymbal sound. So right there is a perfect example. I'm going to throw those in everywhere along the verses, because that way it's kind of like not just this boring because the other thing about it is that you've got to kind of fake reality with the MIDI drums and kind of interject little you know, changes in this cymbal hit, because if I'm hitting either by purpose, like on purpose, or just by accident, just the law of chaos, you know, I'm not going to hit that cymbal every time the same exact time. So I'm simulating that by doing this with MIDI tracks, and they actually think about that when they make these MIDIs, because there's this snare, and there's this snare. So that's the same, it's just slightly different of a snare hit. So you can do snare rolls and things like that. You can do fills with the snare and not make it sound all that same exact ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, you know, snare sound. It gives you a little bit of a different variation on that. So that's kind of clever. I'm glad they include that. But when I get the new MacBook, I'm going to be changing over to Logic Pro, so I will probably have even more features to be able to use. And if any of you guys use Logic Pro, let me know in the comments what all is different and what's better than GarageBand. And yeah, Anyway, this video is long enough, so I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day, and don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment if you're, or wait, subscribe to the channel if you're new, leave a comment, and yeah, let me know what's different about Logic Pro, all that jazz, and what I can look forward to, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!